Hello, friends. I know I am a little late, but I was having a divine chocolate ice cream, and so I ended up finishing it. And I'm late here, but it's okay. I think you will allow me that. On a serious note, I have come to discuss Twitter. For a long while, we were talking that Twitter is anti BJP, it is blocking BJP, it is not allowing it was tagging Sambit Patra as manipulated media. It was locking the law minister Ravi Shankar Prasad's account. So everybody was saying Twitter is playing games. And then suddenly, today, we come and we get to know that Twitter has locked Rahul Gandhi. Twitter has locked multiple Congress handles. And everybody is feeling what is happening. Twitter, which is a leftist, frankly, it's a completely leftist medium. Suddenly, it is blocking Rahul Gandhi. Suddenly, it is blocking Congress. Has Indian government done so brilliantly in controlling Twitter? And if it has done, should Congress handles be locked in a democracy? These are the questions, and I will answer all of them. First, legally. If you are joining for the first time, do subscribe to the channel and join live at 10:30. I'm also on Arnab Goswami's debate on the same issue. So the question is this: one, legally, there are three laws under which what Rahul Gandhi did is illegal. Firstly, it is the POSCO Act, Section 23, Subclause 2. Then it is Juvenile Justice Act, Section 74. Then it is Indian Penal Code, Section 228. All of them have different language, different punishments, 6 months, 1 year. But it basically says you will not disclose the identity of a rape victim or a minor child who is obviously a victim of sexual assault. You will not disclose it. Now, Rahul Gandhi's photo obviously discloses the identity. So, under Indian law, it's obviously a crime. Second part, do you think the crime has been deliberately done? Obviously, I would say so. It has not been deliberately done. So one would have expected that if you did something wrong, which the law for a very good reason doesn't allow you to do because you're a minor, and if somebody is a sexual assault victim, you don't want to disclose the identity because it could affect the future of that person. It could affect there are a lot of people who in various ways it can affect the future of a person, young minor who is a victim of sexual assault. So the law is very reasonable that you don't disclose the identity. I'm not saying Rahul Gandhi had any reason to disclose it. Let's say it was an error, even though law says what is not allowed is not allowed. He could have deleted the tweet himself, but no, he did not delete the tweet. So what option was Twitter left with? If you do something which is illegal, let's say you did it by mistake, you say sorry and delete it. You don't even do that. What option did Twitter have? But to lock him. It's a very simple thing. It's not about free speech. I do not like Twitter locking Rahul Gandhi. My opinion is I don't like it. I do not like foreign companies interfering under Indian political process. I said the same thing when they were locking BJP handles. I'll say the same thing when they are doing it. But there's a difference. First difference is BJP, they said it's manipulated media. They were passing a judgment on a thing which is under investigation. If something is under investigation, how can you take sides? This is not like that. This is clear. The minor was, one version says she was sexually assaulted, the other says it was electrocution. Police is investigating. And people have been arrested in that. And you disclose the identity. There is no doubt in that. It is not photo of somebody else. It was the mother's photo. So it's a very clear case. What option did Twitter have now? Except to take action. So legally what Twitter did is completely understandable. But now I have come to take a simple aspect of politics in it. What is the political aspect in it? What is the political aspect in it? The political aspect is Those who think a leopard is changing its spot are wrong. Leopard does not change its spots. Why do I say that? Because Twitter is a leftist medium. I believe Twitter will bite all those who speak for Bharat at a very, very, very different time, and a time which will be way more crucial. That time would be UP election. This is my prediction to you. Before UP election, you will see Twitter blocking, suspending, locking a lot of accounts which speak for Bharat. And when it does do that, they would say, see, we had locked Rahul Gandhi also. When have they locked Rahul Gandhi? When it is not relevant. In few days, he will be back. Written. You can almost take it as a guarantee Rahul Gandhi will be back. Will be back. But when it's a crucial time, election time, you will see how they act. And some of you can save this clip. You are very good with taking out clips and all. So please save this clip. Take out this clip. Oh, one thing more I had to say. On Hindi channel, if you like any clip of mine, please take it. And on long conversation when I have with guests. And but even if you tweet it, there will be no point because I can't be anyways. So if you take this clip, save this clip, and you will say Twitter playing games against BJP during the UP election, Punjab election, Uttarakhand election, but obviously the most important politically significant election is UP election. So I will not be surprised when that will happen. What is your view? Good. Let me take some questions now. I have 10 minutes till Arnab's debate starts. So 10 minutes, I will take your questions. All of you have joined live. I will take your questions. What's your view on the upcoming Muneen Shershaw based? I am very happy that a movie is being made on him. I hope it's made well. Obviously, it has to be made well. But I'm very happy that you are glorifying a tiger, a lion of India, who has given unbelievable contribution to Bharat Mata. And such people need to be celebrated. Their lives need to be celebrated. Their courage needs to be celebrated. And we all need to bow down our heads in reverence to these great people, great men and great women. So I am very happy a movie is being made. And I think more such movies should be made. It is as simple as that. Guruji, when is your Twitter break going to be over? I am trying to have a long break. When I started, some of you said I will be back in 10 minutes, half an hour, one day. Now I am gone, so I'm gone. Because I frankly think Twitter has become a place where there is too much of fight. People within nationalistic or right wing are busy fighting with right wing. Everybody has their minds made up. And it is distracting from the actual work you have to do in ground or in court or in your life. So I will be, let's see how much the break goes. Some big event may happen, I might come. But I will try to have a break, of a few days. So I will try to have a break of a few days. Let's see. How many days has it been? My debate clip, sometimes my team tweets it, sometimes they don't. So anyways, let us see. Why don't government take actions? On what? Pawan, yes, they should take action, but on आपने subject नहीं लिखा. If you would have said the subject you want action, I would like to see that action. Yes, mister, it doesn't matter. That is what I have said. Twitter is playing games. Leopard does not change its spot. At this minute, they are trying to pretend, oh, we are so neutral, and there is no election nearby. There is nothing happening now. There is no election. Elections will heat up November, December onwards, maybe October and onwards. And then you will see the Twitter's roop. Asli character of Twitter, you will see when the time comes. Please talk about Chief Minister of Punjab. Yes, Chief Minister of Punjab. See the advantage of Congress in Punjab and disadvantage, both I will talk about. The Chief Minister of Punjab has been reduced to a very minor stature after what the Gandhis have done by elevating Sidhu. By elevating Sidhu, whom the Chief Minister did not want, the Gandhis have reduced the stature of the Chief Minister. That's a very simple fact. But equally true is the reason Gandhis could do it, or 60 odd MLAs went to Sidhu's house out of 75, 77 they have, is that obviously a lot of ministers are not happy with Captain Amrinder or are dissatisfied, and that is why Captain Amrinder is also coming and getting time from the Prime Minister, the Home Minister. In the last 6 months, you have seen how it happened even in the farmers' protest when it was at its peak. So it's a very fluid situation there. If the Gandhis keep pushing the Chief Minister, who knows, the Chief Minister could set up his own party. Remote possibility, very less possibility, because he is a man of certain age and one has to be practical. The effort required of setting up a party is enormous. So, but yeah, it is this is the bad part, that Congress is completely, for Congress it's a bad part, it's completely divided in Punjab. The good part is that the farmers' protest is so strong in Punjab and it is such an anti-BJP movement that I see Congress coming back to power. And that is why Gandhis could be so bold also. See, Gandhis cannot, up till now, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi have not managed to do anything in Rajasthan. Because they know if they push Ashok Gehlot too much, Congress could go out of power. In Punjab, because people there, rightly or wrongly, are so angry with BJP's farm law that it is almost, and Akali Dal was a partner of BJP, so it is almost a massive front runner situation for Congress there. That is why they could do it. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. So this is why I think Congress could do it. And Captain's Amrinder's position has been cut a lot by elevating Sidhu, but they could do it because they know the people there are anyways, as of now it appears, voting Congress. So that's why they could do it also. How much tweets will impact on UP? Good question. But Twitter has a remarkable thing that what gets tweeted on Twitter very often gets covered in news media. So Twitter itself, no, not impact. I'll be very blunt with you. Very limited impact. But what happens in Twitter gets into WhatsApps, gets into local newspapers, gets into regional newspapers and regional media channels. So that has an effect. So you see, because all journalists are on Twitter, everybody who's an opinion maker is on Twitter, political opinion maker. I'm not talking about fashion and Instagram and all that stuff. That's fashion stuff. The opinion makers are different. But all political opinion makers are there on Twitter. You agree with that? So what happens with that is when they tweet something, I have seen, I will laugh, I have seen things I've tweeted being shared in WhatsApp groups of people whom I don't know, and one odd person there, if I know, will share it with me. So, and that happens with everybody. So what you tweet gets into WhatsApp groups, gets into Facebook pages, gets into Instagram stories, and gets into regional papers. So that is the impact of Twitter, which you cannot deny. Which you cannot deny. So when you say Twitter only, yes, of course, Twitter is only what, 1.5, 2 crores followers across India. That's how many people are on Twitter. So not really. But when you add the ripple effect, that snowball effect, that becomes very big. Those joining for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and I'll take more questions now. Why Pakistani believes they won war in 1971? Paglon ki Jamaat. Do you understand Hindi? It's a Paglon ki Jamaat is a class of duffers. They can believe anything. What do I say to that? They won. Their country was divided in half and they think they won the war. What do I answer on that? What do I answer than that? There's nothing. Earlier opinion, but I'll tell you something, opinion polls, whichever side they come, are good for gossip, but they are toilet paper. Opinion polls to me are toilet paper. They are good for gossip. I also discuss them. I also talk about them. But amongst us, if you want the truth, they are toilet paper. They mean nothing. Exit polls still are relevant, but elections have happened by then. Opinion polls are all rubbish. And secondly, it's such a big business with so much of money involved lot of stuff happens there. So I don't want to speak more on that. I will just say I have discussed opinion polls. I've had fun on opinion polls. It's sometimes nice to have a topic of conversation. But if you're asking me the value of it or the precise impact of it, I would say it's toilet paper. Morning Star. I I don't know how to comment on that. I can only laugh on that. No, some people like him. Some people like him, and that's their choice. That's their choice. They could like him, and I think BJP is very lucky. BJP is very lucky that the leader of opposition is Rahul Gandhi. I'm being very frank with you. There are enough issues on economy. I keep saying that there are enough issues on economy, petrol, diesel, that if an opposition was led by a credible person, by a good person, BJP would have it a lot tougher. That actually, I believe that if it was led by a credible person, BJP will have it a lot tougher. So that is how I see it. That is how I see it. But because economic issues you can't deny, there are economic problems. Even if you love BJP, if you don't love BJP, you cannot deny that petrol is too expensive, diesel is too expensive, oil is too expensive, and people are suffering that. Jobs are an issue, business is an issue. But because on the other side, you have no credibility. So I think Rahul Gandhi is like that batsman when we were kids, no? We used to have 6-over matches. How many of you watched cricket or played cricket? In park, you would have 6-over, 8-over matches. So sometimes a lallu batsman would come and you would be very happy bowling to him because you know he can't hit. Usually it would be a kid who owned the bat. So the other team had to give him batting. Somebody who owned the bat or the wickets. I don't want to say rich kid, but kind of like a rich kid who didn't know how to play. And but because he owned the bat and the wickets, the opposite team had to give him batting. And we would never want to get him out. Never would you want to get him out. Because if you get him out, somebody competent would come and he might score runs. So what we would keep doing is just bowl slightly outside the off stump so he does not hit his wickets. If he by chance manages to hit the ball in the air, we would always drop the catch. Why take that catch? So that is how I think BJP is benefiting with Rahul Gandhi. That is my opinion. Maybe he could be the Prime Minister of India. Who knows? End of the day, you, me, we, the people of India have to decide. Let's see what they decide. Let's say what they decide is all I can say on that. आज पेट्रोल की टैंकी फुल करवाने के बाद पर्स खाली हो गया. I'm saying there are issues. See, if you want just to be BJP is the greatest, BJP is the greatest, BJP is the greatest, then you are talking to the wrong person. BJP won because it was much better than the opposition, and in democracy, you have limited choices. You have to choose one. When you go to vote, you have to choose one. And that's why I said BJP benefits a lot by Rahul Gandhi leading Congress. Somebody else leading Congress, BJP could have a very difficult fight. After 6-7 years, anti-incumbency does set in. So anyways, let's see. Again, somebody has come. Is it the same person or is it a different person? Early opinion polls show victory for... Opinion polls don't matter. They are good to discuss and do time pass. I will also do time pass. But and if they show BJP victory, good. They show... I do think BJP is in Yogi, and honestly more because of Yogi Adityanath. You might not like this, but BJP is in a good position a lot because of Yogi Adityanath's own brand value, own strength. So it is there, but I will say BJP is ahead, but very slightly. It's a tough election. It's not an easy election. But yes, BJP is ahead. That I won't deny. That BJP is ahead. Right. Oh, 1 second. No, this time, yes. What's your maybe Pegas standard? I think again, this is BJP is lucky again. I will say How many of you have heard of Pegasus scandal, spy scandal? I have not met I meet a lot of people. I have not met one person, and I'm not exaggerating. I have not met one person who's not already a politician or very, 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 very politically active. That is 1% of India who has even talked about this scandal. You have to pick up issues which relate to the people. This scandal, so-called scandal, I'm not even getting into the scandal. I'm just saying as an emotive issue, as a popular issue, as a mass issue, it's a zero issue. It's opposition's marzi, they can keep raising it, but it's good. Let them. It has no electoral impact. If you're asking me in the sense of that. As simple as that. Or what will be Maharashtra situation in elections? Your BMC chunavs are coming. That will show a lot. Shiv Sena has to retain that. If they don't retain that, BJP, it is either Shiv Sena or BJP, broadly speaking, in BMC. But Maharashtra situation I see as this. Contrary to a lot of people, I think nothing will happen in Maharashtra till UP. Everybody is waiting for UP. See what happens in UP will affect 4 or 5 states. I'll tell you how. If BJP wins UP, Rajasthan government could be under pressure. As you know, it has already, once Sachin Pilot has given it a big jolt. So if BJP wins UP, Rajasthan government could be in a shock. Okay, I have 10:30 Arnab's debate also, and it's just 2 minutes left, and my phone is not with me. But they are all calling, so let me just finish it. Thanks for joining. My phone is ringing, and it was on silent. I didn't see it, so I have to go on Arnab's debate. See you tomorrow. Do subscribe to the English channel. I'll try to be regular in English channel also. Take care. Bye-bye.